Hello. It's just us two today. We ain't got no guests.
No.
But welcome back. It's more of an update than anything
Yeah.
else. Talking about what we've read recently, what we've actually been doing, because we've been busy little bees behind the scenes.
We've just been doing the work.
We've just been doing the things,
Yeah, the
and
things.
things are happening. Update wise, I think we've both been in a little bit of a reading slump.
Sam. It's been
Like,
horrendous.
and I couldn't even tell you what started it.
No. I finished last month with like the grimmest horror. And then after that it was just it was just a complete flop. And nothing was tickling the fancy. Nothing
No.
was
I think I read one and it was put to me as an erotic horror and I was like, I'm in.
say no more.
And then it wasn't. And I had to push myself through it.
I was false advertised.
And just nothing has seemed to actually get me going again. Like, don't get me wrong, I've read a couple in between, but most of them have been arcs.
We both read Hurley Beck.
We did, and that was delicious. I'm sorry, but I love an MM.
Yeah, so do I. It's only been in the past year that
Yeah.
I have started reading MM, and both of the MMs that I've read have been have been by Harley Beck anyway.
It's why you need to read for the fans here. It's
The sword crossing.
absolutely I didn't think I'd enjoy that one as much as I did.
Yeah,
But I absolutely loved it.
yeah.
And we've
I
both read
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Psychotic Obsession as well.
I'm sorry. That man could just all over the house, every surface, raw, bareback. I'm not bothered.
Smash, raw. Next question.
Smash, next question. I think it's because I know that he's like loony,
Mm,
but he is like obviously when you read The Edge of Darkness,
mm.
and he is pure daddy vibes in that.
Yep.
No,
It
that's all
was
I've got to say.
delicious. Absolutely delicious. I had
Yeah,
a great time
yeah.
reading that one.
So it was sensational.
And I think really the only other one that we've both read together that I know that we've both read is Descent into Darkness by Nowhere Eternity. That's like
Yeah,
left turn from like
that was great.
I really enjoyed it.
I had the best. I always think to myself when we read these, and then we have the best time reading them, and then I have to put it on my Goodreads that I had
I've
a
actually
great
read it.
time. And then all these peeps on Goodreads are going to be like,
Why is she
"You,
enjoying that?
why have you rated that 5 stars when he puts another person in another person?"
Rat smoked like a present.
Keep it down. There's something about him that's like can't pinpoint it because again he's loony.
Yeah, but I think Osiris is another one that I can't picture what he looks like in my
No,
head.
I always thought that when we read the first one, and he's not really described, is it? He's very much just you imagine
There.
him. He's just an apparition and nothing more.
He is a shadow and that is it.
And you've sort of got to describe. You've got to think of how you want to see him.
Yeah.
And I had trouble all the way through. I'm like, why can't I see this person?
But it was the same with
Teddy from Skins.
yeah,
I don't know what that dude looks like either.
he don't have a face.
No face.
It's just
No,
blurry.
nothing. Just yeah, I don't know. I've noticed that though with all of like Audrey Rush's books, I can't picture the characters except from Kent.
Yeah. Kent is like one of the only ones that I know exactly what he looks like, and he's hot.
Yeah, and he wears a suit, and he's dead suave.
But he's
And
not like slimy suave. He's
no,
like he's got a little bit of like riz to him that like
that man's got the ritz.
And you can also tell that he's the type of guy that, like, he's riddled with some type of, like, mental illness. Like,
He eats people.
yeah, but we move past that.
It's fine. I won't judge you for your dietary needs.
I mean, people are vegan. We don't judge here.
If you want to chew somebody's toe off, be my guest.
You do you.
I love Ken. I don't care what anyone says.
Guys.
I love him. I love him so much. What a gem.
He's absolutely brilliant.
So when Audrey's ready, wherever you are,
More of Kent, please.
more of him together.
Yeah.
More people eating. Exactly. I agree. The kitty's purring over it. Good. Do you want me to tell you which books I did enjoy?
Yes, fire him away.
Whoopsie, whoopsie.
Whoopsie
So-
whoopsie. Is it a popular one? Are we gonna get cancelled? Just say it. Just say it. What's the title? Who's the author?
It was Simon Sparrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't great.
No.
It was fine.
It was okay. I just feel like,
I wanted more.
yeah, Butcher and Blackbird was such a hit, and it was like something that we'd never really read before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was completely like Left Turn type thing.
Yeah, because we'd always just read a dark romance, and it was very much like the MMC was here to save the day. FMC was, but all of a sudden we've got like 2 serial killers. Have at it.
And it was brilliant.
Sensational.
And I just feel like the more it went on.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel really bad.
No, because so I got the physical, but
Yeah,
I
I
also
did.
got the audiobook as well. And the only reason I was able to finish it was because I had the audiobook and I listened to it on 1.5 speed.
I pressed fast forward.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
This is words in my ears and nothing else. I don't know. I think it was just I wanted excitement.
I only rated it 3 stars.
If Goodreads allowed me a 3.5, I'd give it.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I do feel like shitty about it because that whole series is popular and
Yeah.
I fucking loved Butcher and Blackbird.
But again, reading is subjective.
That's it.
Not everything that everyone likes is gonna yuck your yum.
What you said.
Yeah. Because,
I
I've recently read one that I know a lot of people won't like,
I will.
but I had a great time reading it. That was Darkest Descent by Hazel Black. Now, this is my first one where they're actually...
From the same family tree.
Yeah. There's, like, blood relations.
From the same womb.
Yeah, well, they were in it at the same time.
That's it.
Because they're twins.
2 eggs living together.
But then there's the guy that kidnaps them.
All right.
And he's also related to him.
In what way?
Brother.
Hey, now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of DNA flying about there.
It got to the end of it, and they were like living all happy families and stuff.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
That's nice.
And it was like, oh, we can't have kids. We know that.
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you mentioned it, because I weren't going to mention it.
Because it was like an elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Everyone could see it, but
We're
no
all
one was talking
banging.
about it.
We're all related, but we can't. We draw the line at having kids. I also read one by her.
Mm.
And it was an arc. And they were related. They were brother and sister. And she is being sold off as a prize bride. Yeah. And she tells her brother, she's like, look, I want you to take the last thing that I refused to give to my husband. He cared. So, he cared. So the brother's like, don't really know how I feel about it. Next page, he's knee deep in there. Yeah, yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I'm going to do it again.
To be honest, that was like in that one that I read, it was
Yeah.
they were forced
Mhm.
to do it, but they definitely weren't forced to do it.
No, no.
'Cause, like, it was she was, like, forced to give him head, and he was like, "Don't look at her, don't look at her," and then he looked down and he was like, "Oh, shit."
Oh no! What have I done? I've made eye contact with the forbidden devil. To be fair, right, I don't care what anyone says to me. I love a blood-related trope.
See, like, I've only read 2 now. I've read that one, and then I read Ghost Stick. Ghost Stick was exquisite.
Sensational. And he's blonde, but I don't care because he's dead.
Not blonde, white-haired.
It's
Very,
different,
very different.
but he's dead.
Yeah, so we look past it.
Yeah. I can brush it under the carpet.
I think we
And
did
my
whilst we read that
carpet
one.
is getting bigger and bigger
It's just a
with the
big
amount.
lump in the middle.
Yeah, with the amount of stuff I just keep going.
Just
Like
gonna
when I
have to
read,
get another carpet.
like when I read Charity Bees, R.I.P.
Mm.
They're related, but there's also mother and son.
Mm.
That was different.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did rate it 5 stars though. I can't stop, won't stop.
No. But I tell you what, I have definitely been on my audiobook journey
Have you?
because I did that Pucking Crush,
Oh yeah.
the one. You know, where it's Joe Arden and
Hamilton
Henny Hamilton. Yeah, that one's fucking delicious.
doing the.
Yes. Yeah. 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 You know, he's a pro hockey star. It's his bodyguard.
I love a bodyguard trope.
Mm-hmm. And then I did another one that was again narrated by Joe.
Mhm.
It was that Beatitude
Oh yeah.
by DJ Krimmer. That was just I listened to that in one day. It
I
was
pressed play and
exquisite.
that was that.
I got so much work done. I was
Yeah.
tippy tapping it away.
And I've got fat ass whimpers in my ear, mate.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, oh, sensational.
It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I can't remember last time I listened to an audio, but I think the last one I did was Trisha Wolf's Hollow's Row series.
Mm.
That, if nobody's read that, oh my god, it's like psychological meets dark romance together, and it is exquisite. And he's a professor. There's something about it. A teacher, professor
Yep. Yep.
type deal.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The last one that I listened to was the Depraved Prince, and that was just chef's kiss.
That's like straight up vampire filth. That.
Yeah, and I had a great time.
I had the best time.
What can right? I love a vampire,
Mm,
but I like a moody vampire.
yeah, I don't want florals.
No,
I want pissed off all the time, grumpy, doesn't want to talk to anyone, just wants to eat his lady friend.
yeah, and basically, like he just sits in his castle,
Yeah,
really fucking annoyed at everyone. But if
yeah.
anyone looks at her,
He's
he
like,
goes fucking berserk.
a real
But
man would
no,
never do that.
that one was brilliant. It was a really good audiobook. I had a really good time listening to that one.
Yeah, so I read that on my Kindle and I flew through it.
Mm.
Because it was giving like 80s vibes at the same time. Like, I'm having the best time. I've got a vampire, I've got an 80s vibe.
Yeah, it was just a great time.
Yeah, people should write more vampires. Where are they?
We need more. We need more vampires, or need more guys that can do questionable things with shadows, like his satanic shadows.
That's
I've
my.
never read a book so fast in my life.
Yeah, I read that in one sitting, got to the end, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yep. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly that.
You get to the end, and you think, what the fuck has just happened? And why do I have to sit and wait now?
Yep. And we don't even know. We do not know when.
No, because I don't know how we've ended up here.
No.
we were having happy sex time with shadows and all sorts, and then all of a sudden, we're not.
But yeah.
It's the hate to love. It's the hate to love. Oh my fucking god.
But it's the fact that, like, he basically, like, always loved her.
I know.
And that hurt. He just wants his wife.
I know.
That's what he wants.
But when they're texting each other and he's like, why I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, oh my god, I'll tell you.
Let me help you.
I'll tell you what you've got to do. God, again, a white blonde.
We look past it. I can't do, like,
Tamlin
golden blonde.
Plays a mean fiddle blonde. That's the blonde that I don't want.
No, we do
Right.
not want
It's either black or really, really icy white.
that. Yeah. No in between.
No. I don't want
That is
it. I want really moody or shadow moody. Nothing else.
Nothing in between.
No, I had the best time reading that.
Yeah, so did I.
Considering
Really
Lee's
enjoyed it.
never written like a dark fantasy, it's always just been dark romance. I'm like,
I liked the magical element to it.
did I?
It was really good.
And usually, fantasy's a bit down here for me.
Yeah, no, I'm the exact same.
I've not got the brain capacity for words that I can't read, names that I can't understand.
Yeah.
Whereas in like Satanic Shadows, it was easy to read.
And there was names that you could actually read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like this. Simple names.
Yeah. I can read these ones.
I like this. I don't have to read the line and go, such and such, went to wherever. I'm like, has disappeared. Well, I can't do that. I can't. And I'm convinced, right, naming a character is one of the hardest things to do.
You know now.
I do.
Sneaky little tangent. What you've been up to over the past, 2-3 months?
Writing a book. It's all exciting, but it's all very stressful. It's so stressful because you get this idea in your head and you think, that'd make a good book, that. Trying to get it from here to page is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know so many words existed.
And you've written a lot of them.
100, 1,000. Who knew?
Which is insane.
Who knew? But anyway, that's coming October.
Yes. Very exciting.
Writing something dead nasty.
I get to get the sneaky previews of the books. I'm sat in the office yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
When all I get is a picture from you, I'm lucky that my phone's got a privacy protector on it.
Nobody look at the words that I have just written, because you'll need a word with Jesus afterwards. Honestly, I don't know what quote me.
I'm very excited for it, though.
Yeah. It's going to be filled with some hefty trigger warnings. Like the first book that I've written, one of the trigger warnings is misuse of a rolling pin. Ooh. Wonder where that goes.
I wonder.
That's all I'm going to say. But no, it's all exciting. It's all very stressful. And I'm having the best time.
Yeah. So, people need to follow us on Instagram and on TikTok to make sure that they actually get updates on, when the good stuff's coming.
Yeah, because I'm constantly throwing the shit out. But the first book will be a duet because of how long it is. And I never expected it to be that long.
For your debut, it's good.
Yeah, it was one of them where I just kept and then I went to Ellie and I was like, can you just check how many pages that is? And she's like, oh, it's about 400 odd. I'm like, I'm going to have to split it.
And they're putting it into the files to make sure it's all formatted. And then it's like, God, it just keeps going. And
another page. Another one. A sex scene that's 2-3 pages long.
It's your 20-page chapters that I'm like, girl.
Yeah. Because I did a full scene of the MMC just straight up begging, and that's what the people like to see.
What we want.
I don't think there's nearly enough books for that in.
No, not at all.
You
But
know,
that is an absolute great clip for TikTok.
yes, it is. There's not
Question is,
enough
the,
whimpering men.
the question is, you were definitely fucking ovulating when you wrote
Oh,
that.
absolutely, absolutely. My vagine was like, yes, bitch. Insert.
This is what we want.
She was like, give the girlies the whimpering men.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, say no more.
Say no more. I'm gonna tippity tappity away.
I'm going to do this, be bob, and hold back a sweat at the same time. Because honestly, I've written some shit and I just think, that's come from here, that. It's come from here and it's down there. What? What?
It's when you finally get it in your hands though. Like,
Yeah, I think I might just pass away.
I think that'll be the very surreal moment.
Yeah.
Or like when you start seeing it on like other people's bookshelves.
I'm just going to dig a grave now. Get in it. Not before I finish this absolute psycho, though.
No, I need him in my life. From what I have written, from what is it bad to say that I already love him?
No, no, because I did the first line of him and I was like, oopsie.
I really shouldn't like you.
I shouldn't like this dude because he wants to make people into blankets.
He's just a boy.
I know. He's misunderstood that.
He's just a boy.
And we're just the girls.
Yeah.
What are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading His Sinner by Harmony
Oh,
West
yeah.
because I read Her Saint,
Oh, yeah.
and honest to God, when this man, right, he's not only like just like a deviant in bed, right? He's her favourite author, but he's always masked at any event, so no one knows what he actually looks like.
Mm-mm.
And then he buys her all of her books off a wish list.
I ain't ever seen a green flag big enough.
See? He might have stalked her, but we look
Again,
past that.
rug under.
Yeah. And it's like,
Hmm.
just he might have killed a couple people.
It is what it is.
He's misunderstood.
We can get past it.
He's got mummy issues because his mum was also killed. So
It's fine.
it's fine. But
I'm
like
fine.
he's got this like big gothic mansion and he's currently like he he's taken her on like a writing retreat, and he calls her like his muse because he's like stopped writing. He had like major writer's block and he just could not get past it, and
Mm,
then he found her and he was like, I can now write again.
I will cry.
Yeah. Yep. But that's what I'm reading currently. I really want something gross for my next book.
Insert me.
Yeah.
I have been on the nastiest horror train. I was having that moment where I was like, oh, nothing's doing it for me. I just need something short, something I can just finish. Job done.
Yeah.
So I read Dollface by Ryan J. Powell. Whoa. Whoa. Step back.
Hold on a minute.
It's only 40, but it is rough.
Yeah.
It is rough. There's an abusive dude who's downright nasty. There's a doll, plastic doll. This doll witnesses all this abuse that he keeps doing to these girls, bringing them in, doing all sorts of shit to them. He only ever finishes on the doll or in the doll. And this doll's like, I am done. I ain't dealing with this anymore. Comes to life and does the dodgiest revenge I have ever read. There's plastic tubes involved. There's body parts that shouldn't go in body parts.
Right.
And then if you follow that on to Puppet, which is the second one, that's an old woman who runs a childcare type deal. And this little lad that's in it, I think he's like 6 or 7. From the first page, he is like elbow deep in said woman, trying to get Skittles out of her. She's got a thing for inserting things.
That's a bit weird.
And
Yeah,
he's
it's a bit
also
weird,
got a
that.
doll that comes to life. And I can guarantee you will never look at peanut butter the same again.
I still can't eat mayonnaise, so
I also read 100% Match by Patrick C. Harrison. There's a mayo jar in that
mm.
that's got forbidden babies in. And he puts it on people's burgers. That's a nice little treat, isn't it? And he's
Extra
also got the next door
protein.
neighbour's chihuahua in his fridge. He eats that.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Everyone should read it.
yeah. I read one that's been on my list for a while. I read that Tender as the Flesh.
I still need to read that.
You do. A lot of people say that this is the book that like breaks them. I thought it was quite tame.
It was nice.
Because like the only weird part about it is the fact that like eating people is normalized
Hmm.
and that people are like farmed.
Fair enough.
But like
What more can what more can you do?
I've read worse. I've read a hell of a lot worse.
Because I'm coming to think now, what book's gonna do it?
Mm, we are
What
still
book
on the
is
hunt.
gonna make me go,
Nope.
absolutely not. See ya. Look at that. Because I haven't read one so far.
No.
I haven't done it.
No.
So if
Because I
people
read
have
that
got one,
other horror. I read the name of it. I've got it on there we go. Cult
yeah.
by Ash Ericmore.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just weird.
That was Delulu.
That was like full blown ancestral family in a
Block of
block
flats.
of council flats
Yeah.
and like crawling through walls and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just interesting, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like that when I read Aaron Beauregard's Playground.
I still need to read that one.
That is like if there was a saw trap, but it was with kids instead.
Okay.
And a really dusty, crusty old woman.
There was an old woman in this one as in that cult as well.
What is it? What? What is it with these old women?
And she was like making them yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love a horror book. I think they're great.
Yeah, and I feel like it just breaks it up a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like sometimes I don't always want them to live happily ever after
No,
afterwards.
no. Maybe I don't want them to kiss and make up.
No. Maybe I want them to kill each other.
Yeah, and turn each other into a sleep suit.
Yeah. A onesie.
Put a zip on the back. Take up sewing. I don't know. Anything.
Find a new hobby. You'll be fine.
Yeah, try something different. Wear somebody's skin to bed.
Broaden your horizon.
Collect people's meaty parts in a box. Put a light bulb up there. You know.
God, I remember that scene.
The
Jesus.
world is your oyster.
Because like, I didn't just envision a light bulb. I envisioned like the long like fluorescent tubes, light bulbs.
Jesus.
The long tubes. Well, because he
Yeah.
said he was pushing it up and like smashing it, and yeah,
Mm,
that's what I envisioned when I read Osiris doing that.
yeah. And he puts red in that box, doesn't he?
Yeah, it spins around.
Does a spin.
It's like a carousel.
Is
Jesus Christ, this one episode's gonna get us section.
it? We've got a lot to say.
Yeah.
So my current read,
What are you
I
reading?
might get pulled off again.
Why? What are you reading?
So I've gone from, I read that 100% Match, and that was a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I fancy something, little cutesy, little nice. There's not an ounce of bloodshed, and what a joke.
It's all rainbows and unicorn.
Yeah, there's cotton candy clouds, there's wheat fields and sunshines, and everything is nice. And it's that wild and wrangled by, is it Lila Sage?
Because you really liked the first one. You
I
liked that
did.
Done and Dusted, didn't you?
I did. The first two were sensational. You know, small town, you know, dead grumpy cowboys. Ugh, loved it. This is, so it's like Second Chance, which,
You already don't like that.
yeah, if we fell apart in the first place, why are we trying again? And she's a single mom. He is like ranch hand type deal. They were childhood sweethearts, which is all cutesy and nice. And then apparently, I'm only like 40% in, and I saw a review the other day that like confirmed everything that I've been trying to say about it. And there's apparently there's some weird like third act breakup, which I don't care.
No.
If no one's been kidnapped, I don't care. If that's the only reason that we're not together because someone's been kidnapped, it is what it is. And Cam, the FMC in it, her parents are pissing me the fuck off because all they give a shit about is her trust fund and money and blah blah blah. And Cam just sits there and goes, "Yes, mummy. Yes, daddy. It's fine." I'm like, "What are you doing?"
So she's like a pushover.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm 40% in, and they've only like touched hands, and I'm like this close to,
Yeah.
which is shit because I did enjoy the first two because they were like dead spicy and you know cowboy it and sensational. This,
Yeah.
you know. And at one point, I used to feel really bad for DNFing books.
So,
I don't want. What's my God, I'm not having. No, I'm just not vibing with.
yeah.
You know.
I've started DNFing them again just because, like,
Yeah.
at this point, I've got that many books on my TBR or,
Mhm.
like, just sat on my Kindle waiting for me to read them that
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not going to push myself to read something that I'm not enjoying.
Yeah. I'm just. It's just not. It's not there.
No.
The vibe's not there.
No.
And my TBR is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's because I see one quote and I'm like straight over to Kindle. I'm like, yeah, so
Yeah, I'll read it.
you know, and then all the rest just go, excuse
Yeah,
me.
everything gets put on pause.
Yeah, I've
Everything
got
will
to
be
read
put on
this.
pause in like the
This
next couple
quote's
of
just
weeks.
sold it to me. Here we go.
In the next couple of weeks, everything will be put on pause because we are getting an art. And if you've listened to us for a while, if to be honest, if you've gotten this far in, fucking well done.
That's off you. That's off you.
It's the Hollows trilogy. So we read Hollow Hellion, and oh my god, we had the best time, right?
That was easily that was 5 star from like the first couple of pages.
Yeah,
You know, I
it
gave
was
that. I
just
was like,
it was unhinged. It was dark. It was everything that I needed.
mhm,
We get Hollow Wrath in a couple of weeks, and oh holy hell!
it's gonna be great.
I mean, I giggled and kicked my feet when they turned up in Till Death.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
guess
messaging
I'm reading
you,
that as well.
just being like, "My boys are back.
Woo.
There's swirling eyes and there's motorbikes. My
Here
boys are
they
back."
are, coming to take me away.
It was in Till Death, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You know, because Ty, until death, just tied his little lady friend up with someone's intestines,
yeah.
set fire to the house, and was like, let's go.
I'm a dip.
Yeah, gotta go now, you know. And then they turned up, and I was like, hey now.
Hello, I know you.
That's like my favourite thing, that, when characters cross over. I love it.
It's like a crossover episode. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. I'm like, shit. Two
I didn't
things
think you lot were
together.
in the same universe.
Yeah. The peeps are here
Yeah.
together. That was literally like when I read Little Liar and Bass and Tobias and all that, and I'm like, where's Kate?
Where's my boy?
Where's where you are? You know,
Where is
where
he?
you
What's he
are?
doing?
I'll never not cry at that book.
No. No, I
That was
think I remember messaging you when I read the last one in the Age of Darkness trilogy, and I was just sobbing,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
because I was like, "Oh, no, it's." I brought all the physicals. I was like, "It's great. I've got the OG covers. It's gonna be amazing." I've heard like nothing but good things. I read the first one on my Kindle, and I was like, "Oh, this is great. I'm having a great time."
I love this.
And then I started the second one, and I'm like,
Ah,
this is hurting a little bit more now.
I'm kind of hurting.
Then I read the final one. I'm there. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I
Yeah,
can't stop reading. My partner's asleep next to me.
like
I'm there with my little reading light, bawling my eyes out, full blown sobbing.
it is that it is rough. It is rough.
I think the last time I cried that hard at a book was when I finished the second one in the Fabric,
Yeah. So there's the Fabric of Our Souls and there's
Phantoms and Hope.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I sobbed at the first one,
I sobbed at the second one because
and
it's
then
the end of it.
we all just cried together.
It was the end of that book
Oh,
that completely broke me with the fact that they go and they've got a kid, and
I
it's
know.
like
What do you mean? Why is it all happy and nice and sad at the same time?
it hurt. It hurt a lot.
Yeah, yeah. That was really sad.
Yeah,
I was
but
really
like,
upset.
other than that life update, I've just been planning my wedding. That's like completely taken over my life.
It has.
It's like all that I do is think about this one day event
Hmm.
that's taken up like 80% of the capacity of my brain.
Every ounce of my existence. Oh, it'll be worth it though.
And I'm learning how to be a PA at the exact same time.
We're all just trying our best.
However, we should be back doing full episodes on books soon.
Yeah.
When we find a book that we're both reading and we're both loving, that's when you'll get another full episode from us. Think it's probably going to be Hollow Wrath, but
I was just gonna say, but that's what it'll be.
yeah. So
You
you'll
know,
have to give us a min to actually
it's
read it.
fine.
In the meantime, we might do a little sneaky one of Satanic Shadows because we both have things to say about that book.
That's another tinfoil hat. Book that.
Yeah.
Do you know what Hailey Beck needs to do? Do another tinfoil hat book.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes. I need that so much.
Yeah. I need
Because
the
it's
theories
like,
and the headaches.
yeah. Because like Conjure,
Oh,
shit me.
even now, I'm still like,
Yeah.
what?
I could not tell you.
No, no. I could just say it was great. You should read it. Take a paracetamol beforehand.
Yeah. Make sure you've got a dark room prepped.
Yeah, they're the best books.
Yeah, but like I still actively think about come out wherever you are. I think about it at least once a week.
It's just here and nowhere else.
My theories were so like out of the box for that book.
I know. And even when we got to the end, I was like, huh, my theories don't make sense. But also, this book doesn't make sense, but it does if someone explained it to me.
But I couldn't
Maybe
explain it
I'm
to
just
you.
simple. You could read that a million times, and I feel like there'd be a different outcome.
I think I did read it. I read it like 3 times.
Yeah,
I still don't know.
that would make a great audiobook.
It'd make a great film, like a great psychological thriller.
I'd just be there for the downright nasty scenes.
It'd have to be rated R.
Oh, yeah, big time. Anyway, you should read it.
Yes, and on that note, we'll be back at some point. We'll be releasing author interviews pretty much every week because we've got a lot.
We're doing our best.
We are.
Well, Ellie's
Come
doing
meet
her best.
us in person at Authors of the Armories. Because we're
Yeah,
going to be there.
have a laugh.
Yeah. We're actually alright in person.
Yeah, and a bit socially awkward, but that's not the point. you know, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
No. But please carry on listening to us. We
Yes.
actually have a great time recording these. A lot of the times when we do hit record, it's literally just us yapping at each other. This is what our calls are
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
So give us a like, subscribe to us. We'd really, really appreciate it. But for now, we'll see you when we see you. Bye bye.
The one.
Right.